Alright guys, we have our first video. We're Bible for Breakfast. We got, the channel right here, and I'm going to shout him out in the bottom below. So, we're going to be talking about certain things in this podcast, like religion and politics and stuff like that, but let's first get into God and Jesus. How has he helped your life?
He's made my life better in certain ways and more positive.
Yeah, well, see here, me and James, we're new Christians. We're new to the thing, I've been a Christian for about 3 months, and he's been about, how long would you say?
A month.
About a month, so we actually we both connect in that way of finding Jesus as our shining light and stuff. But if we talk about Jesus, have you felt his love? Like, have you encountered that while in prayer?
I mean, I speak to him in prayer.
Yeah. Like, I felt like Jesus comes in mysterious ways. His love can be something good in your life. His love can be feeling that embrace. And me personally, I feel like ever since Jesus was entered my life, I just felt more, positive or more easy to have that, like, good
Same.
time. And what I notice is I have less of a temptation for certain things I normally want to do, now that I follow Jesus. But what would you think is the most important thing about, like, that Jesus is doing to you?
He's making sure I'm doing good and staying away from all the bad things in life, like doing drugs, anything just generally that isn't positive. And yeah, just guiding me on a good path.
If we talk about, on a good path, there's different ways. There's the worldly way, and then there's the godly way. The worldly way is like following the LGBTQ, following what you want to do, following, like, sin, like paths of sin, like gambling and stuff. And then it's a very dark road that a lot of people follow, that they really need Jesus, and Jesus helps out a lot. I think you would agree too. And his grace is something we can talk about too. His ability to forgive. Like, let's say you had an abortion, he will forgive you if you turn to him and confess to the Lord that you're a sinner and that but the most important thing is to not feel shame, because shame leads you into that path of sin cycle. Is there a sin that you've been battling with, or is there not really?
Not really.
Yeah, I used to battle with anger, because I used to get really angry a lot, and ever since I had followed Jesus, he's kind of removed it from me, because I don't really get angry anymore. And now I mostly am just chill. What other topic should we bring up?
What ways does he help you?
Well, Jesus, he's guided me through my rough times, because I've had, fights with my family and friends and stuff like that. But when I pray, it just relieves everything, and all that pain just goes down a whole lot. And he's great, man, and it's just something that feels amazing.
I agree with you.
Well, alright, so when did you discover you were Christian?
I mean, it all started when I just was interested in on how the human mind works, and how people are supposed to be, like what people are created for, how people are created, why were we created, just to answer all those questions. So, give me curiosity. Yeah, some people might think I'm a little weird or different for wanting to find out the human mind, or people in it's just what I feel like everyone needs to find out about themselves.
Yeah, I believe that too, because I used to be an atheist and I used to think with a scientific mind, and I would only think like that. But the more I realized it, science is the discovery of what God created. And when people say science contradicts the Bible, it doesn't. There's not a contradiction in it. Evolution, when people say that evolution contradicts it, it actually doesn't, because in the Bible it states that there are mysteries that will not be solved. Because if we knew everything about the Bible and everything that He created, we would be at the same level of God, and we're far from that. And it's one of the greatest mysteries is God very well could have been God created us in different forms until He found His preferable form, But sorry, I just heard noise. But yeah, I used to have that like scientific atheist mind, and I still have a scientific mind, but I have that, Christian mind. Alright, well, man, alright, really quickly though, this sun is just beautiful right now, like this sky right now. I just had to acknowledge that.
I was noticing in the background, trees.
Oh yeah, guys, there's like
it's a trash can.
the green waste, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else should we talk about? Bringing up a topic of discussion.
We can talk about how Jesus, because we both have fought a little bit with depression, we can talk about how Jesus helped us with depression in hard times.
Well, for me, depression was from my grandpa dying and my dogs dying, past trauma, because I didn't really grow up the easiest way, so I had a pretty hard time with that, and I would have a lot of depression, especially knowing that my grandpa's death could have been easily avoided if he stopped smoking and drinking, but he had already had a heart attack, but after that he proceeded to drink more and more and smoke more and more. And now seeing it in my family members doing it more and more just makes me really sad. And I know that it's going to take some divine intervention for them to stop. And I pray for them every night. What about you?
Well, on the whole, Jesus side of it, when I've gone through my worst patch of life, which probably would have been around May, when my grandpa basically was my best friend. He passed away due to some bullshit, shingles disease that went to his brain and killed off his conscience and took him. And yeah, I've had my fair share of being really upset, wishing I could still talk to him now. And just like, I have my nights where I feel so upset I can't think straight, and I would pray and pray to Jesus, being like, how can I cope with this the best way? I don't ask Him to fix it for me. I ask, how do I cope? Show me the way how to cope with it. And ever since I prayed for the first time, I've done a lot better. So I will recommend to anybody to turn to any God that you believe in. But me personally, I believe in Jesus, God.
Yeah. Well, on that topic, if we bring up that topic, the reason I chose Christianity is because archaeologically there is tons of evidence supporting the evidence of there being a God in the Christ God, and it states in the Bible that there's only one true God, and which is Him. And if, for example, scientists discovered the story of the Red Sea, how Moses parted the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Well, there was the Red Sea, right? And in the Bible, it talks about the story how his people had to escape from the Egyptians. So He parted the Red Sea to him and his Israelites to escape. So what scientists actually found was that in the Red Sea, there was an area that was only 90 feet where it would be able for humans to walk down there and part. And they also found in that area, they found chariot wheels from the exact century that the Bible states that it was from. They found chariot wheels, they found dead people, they found swords, knives, they found stuff that archaeologically connected to that time era. And I also they also did uncover the ark. They found the ark. Now, people could argue it's just a big random ship, but I truly believe it's the ark. I mean, if you look at all of the things in it, there is literally animal cages. There's everything, you know. But, and then also just the whole thing on why, my question, I want to ask you this. Why do you think that everybody mocks and hates on Jesus, but nobody, like everybody's like accepting of Buddha, Muhammad, and all those other prophets or whatever?
I mean, the easiest way to say people have their opinions, have their religions, where they're from, and like how me and Braden talked about it recently today. There's no superior race. No one's the best.
We're all in God's image. Yeah.
No one's the best. No one's the top. You know, I'm not. Again, I'm Christian, Catholic, whatever, whichever one you want to call me. And yeah, I believe in Jesus and all that, but I'm gonna stay open-minded and believe in Allah. And I'm gonna believe in all the Buddha gods. And, you know,
Well, you can't believe in all of them, you know what I mean?
I could be open-minded about it.
Huh?
I could be open-minded about it.
Well, see, I'm open-minded about learning about other people's beliefs. But first of all, oh, hold up, guys. The wind knocked over our camera. Ah, damn.
Give me a better spot, brother.